Alrighty, everybody, welcome into another Mario Kart World live stream. So, today we're going to be taking a look at all the Mario Kart World footage we've gotten so far from the trailer and some hands-on videos, and I'm going to be giving my thoughts and, analyze a couple details I've taken note of. I've been watching quite a lot of it since the trailer dropped earlier this week, so yeah, you'll be hearing a lot of my thoughts and a lot of the stuff I found and other people have found throughout Twitter and Discord throughout the stream. So it's not really gonna be too much like any sort of script or anything like that. We're kind of just gonna go just basically just freestyle it the whole time. I am getting over a sickness that I got over at PeoriaCon this weekend, so I might be coughing a lot throughout the stream. So apologies in advance for that. But yeah, welcome in everybody. Hope you guys are having a good Saturday afternoon. So let me go ahead and just get the videos and such set up. I suppose probably the best place to start would be the trailer itself. And let me go ahead and get this all set up. So we'll go through, I guess, the main trailer first. And I think I got a couple videos I've wanted to check out for some extra talking points here and there. But welcome in Dylan, Neon, King, and Veronica, and everyone else in chat. So again, hope you're all having a great Saturday afternoon. I'm really excited for Mario Kart World, and I really like the direction that they're going with this. So, I mean, why not just go ahead and just get the video playing started? So, I'm already... Let me make sure I get the audio balance right. Turn this down a bit so it's a bit easier to hear with me. But I'm already loving the music so far, and visuals like this is something we probably could see on the original Switch, but the fact that it's running this smoothly and it's, you're playing it in, like, a racing game context is, like, and also with 24 players available, just makes it this is something that only the Switch 2 can do. Like, it looks like something on Switch 1, but when you look at the technical aspect of it, you then realize it's a lot of how Switch 2 can work. But yeah, so I do love that Mario Kart is going in the direction of an open world game, since where do you go from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? It was basically almost like the perfect Mario Kart game in a way, since it basically defined the Nintendo Switch and became the biggest selling game on that platform. So where do you go from there? Just connect all the tracks together. Like, I know a lot of us who played Double Dash when we were younger, we'd see tracks referencing each other in the distance, and so now in modern technology, we can go straight to that location. It's like when we first saw Breath of the Wild, how I forgot the name of the Zelda developer. Somebody in chat can correct me on that one. They said that you could go to that mountain you see in the distance. So yeah, you could see a city for a track over in the distance. You can drive there, and it's amazing that this has been pulled off. I am too gonna do some more smuggle highlights when I get it. Yeah, I suppose we'll see. I mean, I've kind of got a little bit burnt down the whole smuggling stuff, but I mean, with the new game coming out, we want to experiment with some of the item stuff, which we'll get into items later on in this stream. I've gotten a lot of notes from all the changes we've seen, because there's quite a few items we've got. Just make sure I get it all. I got my list ready, but we'll get to that once that happens. And so 24 players is gonna be complete insanity. So you know what they say, the more the merrier. Well, there's a couple things that I think 24 players may cause some issues with competitive stuff, but I think we can get into that later on. But I'm just kind of going over some of the just the basic and obvious details and giving my thoughts on those as we go along. But retro tracks being incorporated as areas in the world is an interesting take. We especially get adventure mode. Yeah, I really want to see if there's more single player adventure mode content, because it looks like there's some collectibles like P-switches, and it looks like you can collect the costumes throughout the map. It looks like there's 10 costumes for each of the main characters per area, so I'm a little curious how that's going to be. There is a Mario Kart Direct happening on the 17th, which we'll get more information on, so we're just going off all the information we got here. But yeah, started doing it, but yeah, 24 players is indeed a lot of people, but I think the tracks are wide enough to accommodate for this, and I mean, with good item awareness by using your back cam, you can definitely navigate a lot of this insanity, and looks like there's been a lot of nerfs to a couple items here and there. So let's just play through the trailer a little bit more, and I do gotta say that this game already addresses one of the biggest issues it's one of the common complaints that people have had with Mario Kart throughout the years, which is the character roster. So character rosters in Mario Kart games have been hit or miss. Some characters appear in one game, they're so popular, but then for whatever reason don't appear in the next. And then there's some outlandish characters you may want. You want like the Goomba to drive and that sort of stuff. But this game, it fixes all that. When we bring in characters like we gotta find him. There he is. Yep, this is like the moment that everyone remembers. The Nintendo knew what they were doing when they showed the cow on screen. Like they saw all the modding videos, they saw all the crazy stuff people wanted, and they just decided to deliver with that. So seeing the cow playable is absolutely fun, and I love that this is actually like a little boombox that he's driving. It's so amazing. And then you get more crazier stuff like with like Fishbone and Cheep Cheep and like and the Dolphin, like stuff like characters you normally did not expect to drive. So yeah, why a cow? Why not? So yeah, this game is already addressing the character issue. So from what I've seen, it's going to be not too difficult to unlock stuff, since you could either eat food to unlock a costume, or if you get hit by a certain item, you can unlock certain enemy costumes. So it's going to be quite a lot of characters to unlock, and a lot of different costumes. I think there's been at least 84 separate characters. That includes the separate costumes, because apparently they are going to be separate characters on the select screen. Mini maps in the world, a bit of an issue. Close proximity lap, F-03, really big point-to-point map. Yeah, the maps like only zoom in once you get into like the actual track's location. Like if you were like racing along the road to Sky High Sunday, then once you actually get to Sky High Sunday, this map actually zooms into the little track once you and everyone in your lobby is there. 4K Cow is a great meme, especially Picture points to the 4K cow is really good. Yeah, I think there's been at least 8 different weight classes discovered, because I think some players have taken screenshots of all the, most if not all the characters on the standard card, so we got at least 8 different weight classes with the 4 stats. So the 4 stats, let me see if I can bring it up somewhere, because I thought I saw it. Let me find FlowX's tweet on this. 1 second, I'll go look for it. Oh wait, hang on, I know where to find it. Okay, so Vike's tweet, that was from FlowX's. Alright, so let me go ahead and bring this up over onto here real quick. Alright, so here's the information. Let me bring this up. Make this bigger for y'all to see. So yeah, there's already, there's the 4 visible stats that you see are speed, acceleration, weight, and handling, and the people have already come through the footage, and we've already gotten at least 8 weight classes out of the characters we've seen so far. Yeah, you can also have up to 20 coins instead of 10, and there's a couple of new items that that do generate more coins to accommodate for how many more coins you collect, and the fact that there are a lot more people. We'll get into those in a little bit, but trying to think what else I'd like to talk about. Oh yeah, the different weather changing patterns is a nice little touch. Like, it could rain to make the track more slick, and it also makes playing the same track like different than the last. Like nighttime can give it a different like feel. Bowser's D huge from Mario. Yep, Bowser's always like the heavy class, and I think Cow is probably under that same weight class as well. Could all costumes be different from Tour? What do you mean by that? I like cyber character slots. There's some footage of the character select screen, and the character outfits are separate slots. Maybe there could be an option for that to be condensed into like the same character, just for, you know, space sake. But yeah, as of right now, the extra character costumes are indeed their own character slots. But that'll depend if the character costumes end up having their own weight classes. That could be a different thing. Actually, no, they probably couldn't, since you transform into that character. Though that does beg the question, when you do get transformed into a character different weight class, do you inherit that weight class, or do you still keep the original class you were driving? That'd be something to take note of. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. Oh yeah, the Mega Mushroom is back. Okay, we can talk about items now. Let's go back to the Mega Mushroom. I think I might have some better footage of it in this video. Let me see if we can find it. Actually, we'll go through this video instead and just going through the order they appear. We'll talk about any things that are different from what they normally appear. So Mushroom gives you your standard boost. Bomb, I think...
you never know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, one other thing to note about items in this game, they are all automatically trailed now, so you don't have to worry about holding down a button to protect yourself. Do you sort see a sort option in the character select screen? Okay, that'd be quite handy. But yeah, everything is automatically dragged behind you, even the non-protective items like mushrooms or like bullet bills. It's sort of like Mario Kart Tour in a way. But yeah, so everything's automatically dragged, no need to hold down a button. So with bombs, you could like easily trail out someone like almost instantly after you pull it. And from what I've noticed, from when people are throwing the bombs, it like instantly sticks to the ground. It doesn't like bounce. I think there's like a moment right here.
That's so many more coins.
Look at all those coins.
Yeah, that's a new.
Way the bomb down.
Mario
button.
throw this bomb?
Helpful.
You no longer.
I mean, it's
New things.
No, he doesn't.
And
So there was
I don't
a
think he
brief
drops.
rail
No, he loses
ride.
it to the boo. Never mind. But for the most part, yeah, you can throw a bomb and it just sticks to the ground as soon as it lands. So it'll be a little bit easier to snipe because I've noticed sometimes in Mario Kart Deluxe when I try to throw a bomb at somebody, it might bounce a little farther than I want. How do you feel about mostly the straight sections in between tracks? I think they can definitely mix it up a bit here and there. It looks like some of the straight stuff is from like the earlier cups, but there have been some like really cool like twists and turns in some of the transitions from one course to another. Like there was the forced. There was like a footage of going from Mario circuits, the SNES Mario circuits to Acorn Heights in that tree level, and so. Yeah, when you go into the forest, you actually start ramping over hills and going into the water, and there's like branching paths throughout that. So there's definitely a lot of potential with that. So you definitely, I want to see how the game can make driving in a straight line interesting, or if they just simply reduce the straight lines when you get to the more advanced cups. Oh yeah, the Boo is indeed holding the item it steals, which is a nice little touch. And also like how I just like the art style, like, and how they've like remodeled a lot of these characters. Like they're so familiar to us, but like they've modeled in just such a way that it's a lot more cartoony, which is just really, it looks really, really nice. Okay, so what else we got? Oh yeah, so there was also a little bit of instance of a new item that's been added in called the coin shell.
DJ still has
Let's bring this up
Got
over
it.
here,
Got it.
and then pause when it appears.
So lucky there.
There it is, like right there in the middle. So basically, what the coin shell does, it travels in the middle through the track like a blue shell and leaves a trail of coins along the way. And then eventually it explodes into more coins. So it can hurt players on its way there, but it doesn't target any specific player. So this would be one of those new items that is designed to get extra coins onto the track for players to collect. Because you might notice that there's not coins littered everywhere. Because every driver can hold up to 20, and with 24 characters on the track, that's well over 400 coins that can be held but throughout all the characters. So Nintendo's decided to accommodate for that by not placing like pre-placed coin locations but instead by making items that spawn more coins, so people can like top off more easily. It looks like that the coin shell is going to be more of a middle pack item because from playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it can be hard to get coins from the pack because everybody in front is stealing them, and by the time you get there, like you either have to stop and get the coins just so they respawn in time. And another change with coins that are released pre-placed, the respawn time is a lot shorter, so you don't have to stop and wait for that. Which is a very, very good quality of life change. Hello, Chris. Welcome in. Welcome in. I have a question. Boo Mechanic, how does it decide who to steal from? Still need to decide on... Well, it probably looks to be about the same as it was in Deluxe, where it steals from a random person in front of you. And if you do use it in first place, it is... It does give you a mushroom, because there was actually a moment in one of the... I think even in the treehouse footage, I think someone did manage to get a Boo into first place and used it, and it just gave him a mushroom. So yeah, it's basically probably going to work the same as in Deluxe. I think I did see one report about the Boo making you like transparent, not completely invisible on other players' screens, but when I saw their footage, it didn't seem to. You look like they went completely invisible. So, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. Cart selection is simplified. Yeah, there is no cart part selection. It's just preset carts, which is, I'd say, a pretty good change, because if you really think about it, with cart customization, it's kind of just a waste of time if you really think about it. Like, sure, it's customization in a way, but like eventually a meta gets figured out, and then the competitive players just go to like the same like build or so, and so they just quickly go to that, just skip over the cart selection process. And if you don't know the meta, or you're just new to the game, you're just going to be sitting there on the screen just scrolling through all the parts. And so isn't it kind of weird just waiting for like that one person to just keep scrolling through all their parts? It's like, come on, dude, just pick it already. Like, that player probably doesn't even understand like what any of these parts really do. So it's like, it's cart customization, while it sounds like a a way for players to express themselves on one hand, it's like, it just comes at wasting more time than it really needs to. I agree, yeah. Definitely. Eventually a meta will develop, because everybody's still trying to figure out what's going to be the fastest or such, but yes, eventually we will see, like, a specific character get chosen. If I had to guess, it's going to be whoever is the smallest looking character on whatever weight class is optimal. Like, if the light characters become optimal, then we probably see the Fishbones appear everywhere, since it's a really tiny character that doesn't take up much of the screen. But yeah, who knows what that meta will end up being, so we'll just have to figure it out as time goes on. Oh yeah, we're kind of just jumping around here and there, just with all the topics that keep being brought up. So we can go ahead and just keep going through some
coins.
and see if they got footage or anything.
We still got so many more.
This lap.
Oh yeah, Feather is back, and it's actually in races, which is really, really cool. So launches you into the air, and it kind of looks like it did give you a little bit of a speed boost, but I can see a lot of like shortcut potential with this, with the sort of like less restrictive design. I think you could do quite a lot with that, because I think if you were like right here on the road with a Feather, you probably could launch all the way up here to the ramp on the left, so if you really wanted to do that. What are your thoughts on the price being $80 for now, depending on how the tariff situation goes? But yeah, the price is quite steep, so with you're definitely going to want to save up your money for it. It's going to be a lot more of an investment than you would anticipate, but yeah, I still plan on getting it, because I love Mario Kart, and it's kind of basically my business at this point, so I pretty much have to get it. Hopefully the price doesn't go too much higher. Maybe I might have to make a trip up to Canada to get a Switch from there. Hey Dom, welcome in. You got the code already? Yeah, we figured it out. We figured out how to item smuggle, and we are going to know how to win every race. And I might already be implementing a Fortnite map mod into the game already. So wait till we race at Tilted Towers. Okay, so what else we got? Oh yeah, the removal of anti-gravity. I mean, it kind of is still there in a way, since you get like wall ride a little bit, and some of the tracks like go like really almost vertical at times. So it feels like it's kind of there in spirit, but they just don't really emphasize it. But yeah, the wall tricking and like rail grinding, that's a really nice addition to make the driving like more interactive with the environment. I'm really curious like how much faster it'll actually be, because in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, most of the time you would not trick off most ramps, especially glider ramps. You wouldn't trick on those. You would take them at a diagonal angle. So I'm hoping that a lot of the new features they implemented are actually faster, and that the time trialers do not end up realizing that this ends up being the slower thing. Some of the rail grinds that are really far out on the wide lines, those are definitely going to be slower. But if there's some if the boost you get from it is beneficial enough, I really hope it's actually a faster thing. But yeah, Switch 2 bundle, yeah, $500 for the bundle, which is going to be ridiculous, but, well, we'll see, hopefully, if the price changes in the downward direction and not upward. Otherwise, we're going to be making a trip to Canada sometime soon. But anyway, I really hope that the rail grinding and wall riding ends up being faster overall, depending on the track design. But I do like it. It looks really cool, and it's nice, I guess, seeing... I think a lot of people are making comparisons to, like, was it Sonic Racing Transformed, or like a Sonic game, since you can rail grind in like Sonic games like that. So it's really cool to see stuff like that in Mario Kart. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep talking about the items. So what else have we got here? That's the Feather that never gets up getting used. Green shell's not really much different. Let's talk about food. So yeah, the food, you can pick them up from food bags throughout the map that are a 100% guaranteed chance of getting this. It's basically like a mushroom in a way. I've noticed that you like eat the burger or food in like an animation, and if the animation gets interrupted, you miss out on the boost. I don't know if the boost would be as strong as a mushroom. I've not really done like a comparison check. It would be really cool if you could dodge the blue shell with a boost from food. Like, imagine dodging a blue shell with this burger. Yeah, like, I have a burger, and I'm going to dodge a blue shell with it. And yes, the food, depending on the character you're using, you will unlock a costume, I think themed around the food that you just ate. Not every character has a costume, so, but basically it's a mushroom boost that unlocks cosmetics for you. So that's, definitely are some points on the track where there's like an item set and then a food bag right afterward to pull. So maybe there's like one instance on like a desert track that started with a rolling start with a single set. So basically, if you're in first place, maybe you could like get the coin from there, use the coin, and then chain 2 of the food bags there to get double boost. It is on the wide line, so it could be slower. But I mean, if you have 2 mushrooms in first place, potentially that could dodge blue shells, and that could give you an easy break. But yeah, food's an interesting addition. I'm a little curious to see how that'll play off in the in like the overall item meta game.
In between this.
At this takoyaki, let me dodge the blue
so,
shell.
Like, what's one of the most fun things about going on a road trip is like trying all the different food.
All right, what else we got?
Oh, hey, it works out.
So where's what item was shown off in this
Probably
clip?
hard for our drivers to look at today, but for our viewers,
Yeah,
for our
stars
viewers
back
at
as
home,
usual,
if
triple
you see
mushrooms.
in
Oh yeah, what's
between-
really cool, like there's some question blocks that are up in the air if you jump up and like I guess press the trick button at the right time, you can hit the coin box to get extra coins for yourself. And it looks like it also drops some extra coins on the ground for anyone else to pick up. So it looks like most of the time with items or like obstacles on the track that grant coins, it gives you coins directly, and then it leaves coins for other players around you. That way it keeps the coin economy up. Because I guess in a way, the coin economy in Mario Kart's been kind of weird since first place, the players in the front will take them all before the players in the middle get them, and the people in the back will eventually get what the middle people couldn't get. Smart bouncing still exists. Yeah, seems like it still does. I mean, there's never really been any proof to determine whether it actually exists, but that's that one moment back over with the triple green. Yeah, right here, this moment right here was like a crazy shot.
Right?
Look at this green shell bounce off this. Yeah, it bounced off this pole right here, right into DK. Like, whether that's just some good alignment or just like actual like projectile lock on, is insane.
Oh, hey, it works out in the end. Ah.
Once you reach the checkpoint.
Oh yeah, that was showing off just another food item. Looks like spicy.
Alright, give me something
Notice how
good.
the penguin on the left here doesn't get any costume. That'd be really cool if they get like a little top hat or something. Nintendo was single-handed restoring the economy and breaking it by taking 500 of your hard-earned coins from it. First, I thought these costumes would give you some sort of power-up for a short period of time. Yeah, I was a little curious, yeah, what the costumes would do, but yeah, it looks like it's just purely cosmetic, so it's just like a free mushroom for anyone to get. Where I think they're getting those coins from. True. Yeah, all the coins that are generated in Mario Kart World are from all the money generated from the players who bought the game. Right.
For our viewers,
There's like
that lets you know at what
else is
point in the
spawned
segment
here?
you
I
are.
wanna see if we can find like
right now, they're about halfway. in
ice
the
flower or
point
hammer or
of
something like that.
the front.
Ah, actually, right over here, we actually do have the little bit of footage of the boomerang. So the boomerang has been re-implemented now. So
right now, they're about
it is
half.
no longer a 3-shot item. It's actually a timer-based item. So as soon as you throw it, the timer begins, and there's about enough time for 4 shots to be thrown out. And when you get down to the final
Play
shot,
in
you're actually
this
given
point in
unlimited
segment
time to do
one.
that.
So
Look how the
plenty of time if
timer's
you're
dropping
towards the back
down.
of the pack to make up,
And then
make
it
up
stays
time
right there
getting
for quite a lot of time before this player
Laura,
throws
you're
it.
gonna-
So you
you're
have
gonna
unlimited
have
time to
to
fire
be
your last shot with the
talking.
boomerang, and the hammer, I believe. Not so much. I don't think the fire flower or ice flower apply. Ready for 24 races? Oh, you bet I am.
Okay.
And it looks like just like in in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the final shot goes like a really far distance, and it only bounces twice before breaking on anything.
You know, all of our racers are safe right now. Penguin.
I mean,
What
it
else
just
we
did
got?
for me.
I think there's a moment where the hammer appears in here. You want to sign that?
All the item
All right,
boxes.
let's go,
Ah,
Cal.
here's the Mega Mushroom. The Mega Mushroom is now timer-based, and it's always been timer-based, but it also occupies your item slots, so it does not go away, so it's a lot harder to chain into another dodge item. Doesn't nerf you as hard as, seen. Yeah, the spin-out time from Boomerang is, like, really, really short. And that also brings up another point. There are no iframes after getting hit, from what I've seen. There's, like, a point in, one of the Treehouse live streams where the baby Daisy in first gets like comboed like 4 times, and then the coin coffer overtakes them, which was absolutely ridiculous. So this game is bringing back the brutality of Mario Kart. And you can also lose your items if you fall off the track. So if you get comboed and then fall off the track, you're losing everything you've collected. So it's bringing back. You could probably recreate that one infamous Mario Kart Wii clip on DK Mountain in this game, especially with how ragdoll bouncy you get when you flip over. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of crazy clips we'll get with the item comboing in this game. But yeah, as I was talking about the Mega Mushroom, it is back, and it does allow you to switch players, and you are completely invincible from, item hits. It's not like Tour, where you get hit once and it goes away. So it's like, sort of a star in a way, but a star that occupies your item slots. So I guess they wanted a way to, make it a slightly weaker star, because that way it's not exactly the same item functionality-wise.
That Mega Mushroom, yeah.
Get out of here. Go.
And
The cow wasn't big enough.
Cow. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
so
there was a
we're
little bit of
reaching
footage of the
first
bullet bill there, which
Okay,
I don't think that's too good of a look at.
I just saw
Let's see if
you.
there's any more footage of the bullet bill somewhere in here. Bullets around here? That way I can get a better... tell you what... Ah, here's a bullet bill.
Oh no.
Alright, so the bullet bill is a bit slower from what I've noticed, unless these guys are running at 100cc. I think they were running 150 in the footage. But, yeah, bullet bills are a bit slower. Like, you're not going to go, fly from 24th to 1st anytime soon. And it looks like from... Actually, let's look at how many spots this player gets up as soon as they use the bullet bill. So I think I've seen it be around, 5 spots.
Oh no. Oh.
Used in 17th.
All these cars are
That should get him up to 12th place before ending.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I got him all the way up to... I'm just trying to identify where the bullet bill actually ended.
Okay. All right.
Looks like it could have been either 5 or 7 spots. Like, perhaps the slowing down animation started after they got into 12th place or something like that. That definitely doesn't look like a spot for an extension area since it's a straightaway. But yeah, the bullet bill is, overall, doesn't give you as big of a speed boost compared to, previous games. It also does not hurt other players, so you're just gonna, bump them out of the way a bit, so don't expect to, bowl over all the players in front of you with that, so you don't have to worry about, getting knocked over. Because I feel like when you're in the back spots in Mario Kart 8, the bullet bills and stars are probably the most annoying items to deal with, because you get hit by those, you just kind of flip over and just lose your drift, and a lot of the time you just end up getting, 90-degree turned, and then end up losing more time than if you just gotten hit by a red shell, or even the blue shell probably would have made you lose less time than that, since it at least keeps you straight forward. But with those flips, you just go flying to the right or something like that. Yeah, it looks like that got them up 8 positions. I suppose looks like it might be around.
All right. Making it fine.
Also, it could also depend on what spot you start the bullet bill in, because in Tour, if you used it in 8th place, it'd get you up to 3rd place. But if you use it in 4th place, it only gets you up to 3rd place, so it could be a very similar situation here in World. Like, if you smuggle a bullet bill up, it's not gonna last as long.
Fine. This is not fine.
Goomba's doing pretty well with no hands over in 3rd.
Yeah, not really. I haven't seen any footage of potential extension areas for the bullet, but I imagine they probably will be.
Oh my gosh. I don't got this.
Where is there any footage of the hammer or anything like that? We got Triple Red's back.
He does have a...
We out here.
Oh yeah, there's footage of the Boo. Yeah, it still makes you invisible, immune to items.
Just
How long did that invisibility
They were
last?
there before. Cows, yes.
And there's Boo.
They were there before we got here.
Looks to be about the same, maybe slightly less than
This is their
in
territory.
8 Deluxe, but yeah, the Boo lasts a pretty long
I'm
time.
the banana sniper.
just kind of where you're at in your current segment. So we're about 3/4 of the way through our first segment.
Boost
and
after falling
since
off returns of losing all items. Oh yes, you can get the the Lock 2 boost is back, so at least you at least have some way to recover after falling off, so it's not entirely punishing, you just gotta time it right.
we only need to be 20th or better.
Oh yes,
to
we have the
move
coin
on.
box back from Mario Kart Tour, so it's one of those mashing items where you can get coins directly to yourself every time you hit it, and I think you get around 6 hits out of it. Let's see how many they get.
Not feeling the pressure too much right now since I got 9th.
You wanna
But,
use the coin box?
as you said, Teresa, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So they went from 4 coins,
Too much right now since I got 9th. But
1, 2,
as you
3, 4,
said, Teresa, anything Anything can happen.
Looks like they got 8 hits out of that. Yeah, you can hit the coin box 8 times, and you get 1 coin per hit. And it looks like it also drops more coins on the track. So you get
too much right
1
now.
coin directly to
Ignite,
yourself,
but,
and then looks like 2 coins are dropped behind you for other players to pick up. And then on
as
the
you said,
final
Teresa,
hit,
anything can
the coin box bursts into even more, in like a ring of coins, sort of like the coin shell. Coin box in 9th place, yikes. Yeah, that is, this is another one of those items that is designed to make it easier for those in the middle pack to pick up coins, because most of the players in the front will have already picked up the pre-spawn coins before you even get there. Yeah, it's going to be a mid-pack item, so... Because, yeah, 10th out of 20... Oh, yeah, and here it's 10th out of 20 in this context, with it being a... Actually, let's see if we can see what point they pulled it in. What spot did they pull it in? That was 20 total.
Oh, I'm the banana sniper.
Yeah, welcome in,
like
Ercy.
just kind of where you're at.
So they pulled that in 9th place out of 20 players remaining. Or actually, no. No, it was out of 24. Okay, yeah, it's out of 24, since they have to be 20th, I bet. This is the start of a knockout race, from the looks of it. Don't know if it could be hit more or less, so it could be different. Yeah, it looks like they kind of mashed it there, because the coin box does have a timer, so if you don't mash in time, you could miss out on a couple extra coins. So maybe if you're like close to maxed out coins, you could just hit the box once and just leave it as is, so you don't give coins to the back of people more. Or you could just take intentionally a weird line so that no one can pick up your coins.
In your current segment, so we're about 3/4.
So yeah, they pulled it in 9th place out of 24, so it's kind of like an upper mid-pack item. Because bear in mind, 9th place is actually a pretty decent position to be in now, because, you know, out of 12 players, that's going to be a bad spot to be in, but in 9th place, it's like average. So, like, it's like your 6th or 7th place in Deluxe, so bear in mind that 9th place isn't as bad as a spot as you'd really think it would be.
Only need to be 20th or better to move on. Not feeling
What else?
then-
Oh yeah, I think there's a
Giant
hammer. Where's the hammer? Oh yeah, the
Hold
Kamek
up there.
Orb. Yeah, the Kamek Orb is one of the new items. So, it sends Kamek flying straight up the track, and he leaves magic behind him. If you're close enough to the magic, you get turned into a Mario enemy, and you unlock that as a costume. But it also does, for the actual race itself, it can spawn that enemy onto the track. So here, you're going to notice that some Cheep Cheeps will
alright.
spawn in the water.
Oh yeah, that gave Corey a little bit of more
So
time
you look here on
to
Baby
catch up
Daisy's
with
screen, it's going to be a bunch of Cheep
but
Cheeps that just spawn.
see what
You see the
happens.
magic is
Still
here,
have a couple more
and there is a bunch of
segments,
Cheep
so
Cheeps
with this
in the water
fourth
here
one,
for
they're
them to
having place
avoid.
at 8th or better.
So if any of you have played Sonic Racing Transformed, there was an item in the game that was meant to be the blue shell called the Swarm. It sends us a flurry of wasps up the track and spawns bees on there. That's exactly what the Kamek item is in this game. So it has 2 functions: 1 to unlock the enemy costumes, and 2 to spawn more enemies on the course. Alright, what else we got? Yeah, there's going to be a knockout mode. Yes, I should probably talk about that. Yeah, the knockout mode is going to be really, really intense. And I think that's probably going to be like one of the most hyped things to see in tournaments, because people love a good elimination style mode, and we haven't really had that in a while in Mario Kart. To have it actually in the race format is going to be really, really nice, because knockout videos are really popular on YouTube, so to actually have something official like that in Mario Kart is going to be really, really fun. Anyway, did they still show any footage of the hammer in this video?
Side of the screen, you could see they're catching up.
Well, there's a little bit of the feather being used. Nope, no sign of the...
Your bite.
Maybe the hammer was a little bit earlier.
Yeah,
Don't want to talk about that.
I'm-
Ah, there's the hammer. Okay, so right here we got the hammer. Just like the fire flower or the boomerang, it's a timer-based item, and you have limited shots. This one, every shot you throw throws like 5 or 6 hammers, and they kind of have like sort of homing properties, like think of a red shell and a banana at the same time. And the hammers will get lodged in the road for like about a second or 2 before despawning.
This cow penguin
Get out of
grinding.
here!
Yes, notice how the hammers go, like, sort of like home in on both Birdo and the penguin here on the grind rail. Let me play back the footage a bit. You're gonna notice the hammers kind of arc slightly from the straight line they
Look
would
at
normally go
this
in.
cow penguin
Get out of
grinding.
here!
Bonk, and knocks the penguin off.
How dare you!
Are dolphins gonna be hazards in this game? Maybe. Turtle could be. Then again, Yeah, there probably could be hazards in like the coastal tracks. But yeah, you get 4 shots with the hammer, and like with the boomerang, you have unlimited time to fire your last shot. From the looks of it, it looks like the hammers can like destroy like guardrails and like not send them flying. Because I remember seeing a clip of the hammer being used in like a guardrail also flying around in the process. So you could potentially like open up some other paths if you just throw a hammer at it.
Sorry, pardon.
Oh.
So yeah, look. Yeah, I saw how long those hammers lasted. It only lasted like half a second before despawning in the ground.
Alright.
I think it still has a hitbox while it's in the ground like that, so you better watch out.
Again, all you need to make is 16th or better to move on.
Alright,
Oh
so
my
what other
gosh.
notes on items do I have? Let me just consult my list just in case I haven't missed anything. Oh yeah, the Fire Flower now has 7 shots. Oh yeah, there's also the Ice Flower. We haven't talked about that yet, so I wonder if there's footage of that in here somewhere. Where's the Ice Flower? I think it was... Is it over here? No, that's not it. They really need to
Segment
label
you
this.
are, right now they're about halfway in this point-to-point of segment 1.
But yeah, while I look for the Ice Flower, basically the Ice Flower, when you throw it at someone and it lands the shot, they spin out and also skid for a little bit. So, sort of like in Tour where you like skid in like the same direction. Sort of the same thing happens here in Mario Kart World. So it can be a very devastating item on a track with a lot of twists and turns. So that would be the most effective. And the bombs, yes, do have a kaboom on the explosion, and blue shells have kaboom. And you also might notice that the explosion also has the spikes, like on a blue shell. But you can't look backwards. Oh, backcam is definitely possible, so yeah, you can definitely look behind you, which you definitely need to do with all the extra players and items on the field.
That can change instantly. Okay, so we're reaching the first threshold here.
Let's see if the Ice Flower is anywhere. There's the Ice Flower. It's like a little blue ball.
Yeah,
And
right.
I'm just gonna
I thought the last
not get
segment
defeated
where
anybody
we
with it, but
destroyed
basically,
BK
yeah,
and
when
Dutch-
you get hit by an ice ball, you become frozen for a little bit and skid forward. So watch out if you're on a turn, otherwise you're gonna go flying straight off the course. Crashing is not physics based. Yeah, it looks a lot more physics based, and there might be ways to like reduce the hit stun. Like it looks like the blue shell like launches you straight upward, like in Mario Kart Wii. So you probably could find a low ceiling or something to reduce the impact of that. Yes, I think, let me just double check my item list, because there's one more I want to talk about, which will probably be a big game changer in terms of, like, well, like, just, like, any form of play, whether competitive or casual, so, yeah, let's go ahead and find where the shock is used in here, because I know that's going to be a big change. There's a lot of big changes to this item.
Yeah, no kidding.
So let me just find footage of it.
Look at this cow penguin.
Oh, wait, I think I know it's over
Yeah,
here.
and I also
if I remember
appreciate
correctly.
your
And this, just like you can when you're
Boom.
drifting. Yeah, I'll
Oh,
do that
satisfying.
again.
That's
Yeah,
so
it's
satisfying.
You
really
throw it behind you?
fun.
I meant, yeah, I think you
Really
can
fun
throw
to
the
do.
fire behind you.
So if you think about like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe,
Yeah, look at that, that's the shock.
you had those
So, Shocks has quite a few effects now. Looks like it actually brings you to
To do.
almost a
So
complete
if you
stop
think about,
instead
like,
of
in
just making you
Mario Kart 8
spin out.
Deluxe,
But the shrink
you had
time
those
is like
anti-pole
really
seats,
short.
and now
Like
it's
it was
raining.
only like about 4 seconds
You
for
were
this
probably
player in
headed
first place.
is a course.
And also, Shock has the ability to cause it to rain, so it'll make the track a little bit slick. It doesn't always happen when Shock goes off, so bear that in mind. But there's still one more really big change, but I think it's going to be the absolute biggest one. So I don't know if there's footage of it here, but let me see if it's elsewhere in the footage. Let me see if I can find it on Twitter or something like that. There probably is better footage of it on Twitter somewhere. Mario Kart World Shock. See if I can find it on here. Just trying to see if I can find a clip that actually demonstrates this fun thing I want to talk about.
Oh, I just saw you fall.
Everyone.
Nope, not here. Where is it? I thought I thought there was a clip on Twitter somewhere. Ah, yes, I think one of the new profiles I followed probably has it. They're not an English one, so that's why I can't find it. Let me see. Oh, it's not in the order I followed them in, so now I'm having trouble finding it. So basically what I'm trying to describe to you guys is that the big change to Shock is that it only affects the players in front of you, just like the blooper. So if you wanted to dodge Shock and you see it in play, you might want to drop back behind the player using it, so that way you don't get hit. So if you're in the back spots and the player ahead of you pulls the Shock, you can get a huge advantage because everyone else gets hit and they lose their items and come to a complete stop. I mean, they won't be going as slow for as much time, but dodging that one big game-changing hit can give you a massive, massive advantage. So Shock play is going to be much different in this game. Like, in competitive sense, like, if like your team pulls a Shock, you may call your teammates to just drop back behind you. That way you can dodge. You can strike everybody else in front of you and not your teammates. So there's going to be a lot more Shock strategies with this. I'm a little curious if you end up losing your airplane mode with a Shock in this game, or it's going to be like in Deluxe where you keep it. So it'll be a very interesting gameplay change, and it also makes it less powerful if you manage to smuggle the Shock up to a top spot. Like if you use a Shock in third place in like Deluxe, then you got a huge advantage of it because it strikes everybody regardless of where they are on the track. But if you use it in third place in Mario Kart World, you're only striking 2 people in front of you, and the other 22 players behind you are just getting off scot-free. So it's a nerf to those who are able to smuggle those up. Under Reef can't get shocked. Do you have proof of that? Forwarded message. Let me see. Ah, okay. Thank you, Mashi, for that. I appreciate you sending that, because I knew there was a clip on here. Okay, so here's the clip of the Shock being used, but not affecting the player. So this player's in, like, 16th place.
No, it's a special, like, kiosk.
Look at that. The Shock was used, and they didn't get hit. It looks like it was used in maybe, like, 14th or 15th place. And here, let me make it bigger for you guys to see.
It's a special, like, kiosk mode of the game. No.
Yeah, look at that. The Shock, you dodge Shock by not being behind the player.
Special, like, kiosk.
Even on the Shock was a Shock usage. Very much appreciated, Mashi. I very much appreciate that. What happens if you use Shock in first? Well, I guess nothing, since there's no one else to hit in front of you. But yeah, this will be probably the biggest change in terms of, like, how competitive will be played out, because everyone's gonna be, like, Shock comes down to position yourself properly to avoid it, or to hit the enemy team out. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be a lot of changes, and, farts. Hey, Bean, welcome in. Yeah, anti-smuggling features. I am a little curious if they're gonna bring back the bagger penalty mechanic. Wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. And also, I'm not entirely sure if it is going to be distance-based or position-based or hybrid, like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I've seen there's not been too many clips of, like, really big breakaways, and I have not been seeing second place pull triple red shells, so it could still be distance-based, but they just removed the second place triple red shells. Maybe they'll just opt to increase the odds of blue shells or something like that, but we'll just have to wait and see how the game plays out, because, yeah, I'm not seeing any evidence of, like, second place pulling triple red shells and first place far ahead, but maybe first place just wasn't far enough ahead in those clips that I've seen of a big break. What else have we got? I think, let me look if there's anything else in my item notes. I think those are, like, the big, things I wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, hit stun is indicated with, like, a sort of like a black smoke when you get hit. Let me see if I can, get a closer clip of it. But yeah, there is an actual, like, indication when you are in hit stun. You'll notice, like, a bit of a black smoke appear. Let's see. Is it right? No, you won't be able to see it in the middle of a shock animation. Maybe we need to look at a different clip. Just look around, see if you can find it. Spoo automatically... Spoo activate automatically when you get hit by an item? I don't think so. Oh yeah, there is an auto item auto use item feature. We don't know exactly what it does yet, but it's under like the same like accessibility options as smart steering and auto accelerate. So it could be something like in Tour, where if you hit an item set while holding items, it'll automatically chain both of your items. So it could be just one of those. Yeah, it's probably something like that. A lot of people, I think, might have misinterpreted it from some other person's post as if it turns off the auto trailing, but I'm pretty sure it's actually referring to auto chaining an item set. I think it's only position. I saw a clip knockout mode where third pulled a ghost while first was still within view. Really? Interesting. You do notice when you get hit on a glide section, you do lose your wings, but the physics throw you forward off the hit. So, okay, so that, I suppose, in a way, like, if you wanted to reduce the time lost from getting hit, you probably could take the glide section and still get launched forward. So I suppose that's still going to be a thing in World. But yeah, it looks like it could, yeah, still be position-based, because I think I do remember seeing another clip of second place pulling, like, triple greens and, like, a feather, like, and, like, right, no, triple greens and, like, maybe a boomerang right next to the player in first. So, normally triple greens, I think you don't pull those, like, right next to first place, maybe a little bit further back from a distance, but, like, yeah, that's, like, very close to pull an item like that. Comment text beep. Yeah, I love how there's a little beep around the super horn. Love the automatopoeias they're putting in. Okay, so let's see what else there is. I'm liking the I'm loving the music so far. I've been hearing that there's some like remixes of tracks that are not like actually like playable tracks, but like I suppose are meant for like the transition, the roads to the next course. Like there's a Vancouver Velocity remix that plays, I think, right here.
As you said, Teresa, anything can happen in these matches, so you never get to a point where you're not feeling the pressure too much right now since I got ninth, but as you said, Teresa, anything can happen.
Okay, no, this is actually Sky High Sunday, but I did hear a Vancouver Velocity remix elsewhere. There's also Tokyo Blur you can hear in this clip with the burger. Let me see if we can find it. I think you faintly hear it.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, Dash.
Okay, so like, what's one of the different places that you visit?
Okay, you can hear it almost right here.
There you
It gives
go.
a boost and it
Oh.
can transform you
Hear
into
the
a different outfit.
Go on, let's report. Let's report. Oh, it's her!
So yeah, we're gonna be hearing a lot of Mario Kart remixes for tracks that are probably not actually gonna be playable, but it'll be used for these highway sections to the next course. Hope the jukebox returns. Absolutely, yeah. that definitely has to be another feature to return. Vancouver lost the plane between DK Pass and Star Cup. Oh yes, yeah. I think that was in the Star Cup video. So yeah, there's a lot of different courses that could return. I think during the Treehouse presentation, we actually heard the Piranha Plant Lullaby during a nighttime in the city, which is a really nice touch. So yeah, there's definitely some non-Mario Kart songs that will be remixed for that. Shut off Sky Station Galaxy music when going over to Crown City. Ooh, nice. But yeah, oh yeah, I think probably want to talk about next is probably early thoughts on how the game could play in like a competitive sense. So, there's one change with the point distribution that I'm not too big a fan of. Let me see if I can grab a hands-on preview that actually shows off the point spread. Actually, I probably could just grab one of the Nintendo Treehouse things. Alright, let me see if we can find the results.
If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do. Day one, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a dime because it's...
Ad block, you gotta do your job.
Meet Shark Cryoglow.
Okay, at this point, we probably could have just played the ad and would have gone through this.
Explore
I don't want to install Pi.
Edit and unlock upgraded stays with Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Why can't you stay organized?
Okay, we'll just let the ads play. This one should be skippable now.
Chronic impulse control, where you prioritize.
Alright, see if we can find the
Hello
results
everyone
screen.
again. My name is Teresa. For those of you just tuning in,
Is this knockout? Oh no, this is knockout, so we won't actually see the points. Never mind, this is not the right footage we should be looking at. But yeah, basically the issue I have with the point spread is that it's out of 15 points and not 30, because there are some positions that get the same amount of points. Like, I think in the middle spot, there's like 3 different positions that all get 6 points. And so that's going to result in a lot of ties, more often than not. Cinda, okay, thank you, Mashi, for the forward. I appreciate that. Okay, so here it is on Twitter. So here is the point spread from, yeah, first place gets 15 points, second 12, third 10, fourth and fifth get 9, sixth and seventh get 8, 8th and 9th get 7, 10th through 12th gets 6, 13th through 13th and, yeah, 13th through 15th get 5? Is that 4 different? Hang on, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's 3. So it's 3. Yeah, 3 the same, 3 the same, 3 of the same, 2 of the same, and then yeah, 1 for 24th place, which is ridiculous. So really, it needs to be, every spot needs to have its own point value. That way, if you actually gain a spot, you actually at least gain some actual benefit overall, because Mario Kart, whether you're playing in the Grand Prix and like casually, or like playing in a competitive like lounge event or something like that, every spot you gain should at least matter toward that overall standings. And it's all about like your overall consistency, so it's kind of a big problem. And also, another UI thing I think could probably be fixed, you only see 12 at a time, so you kind of have to scroll through here. And there's like the results screen that shows all 24 players, so I kind of wish they could have shrunk it down, that way you can see all 24 players on screen. I think you should max out at 30 points and then lower from there. So yeah, I definitely agree that it should be out of 30 points. There is, I remember looking at a Mario Kart Wii 24-player mod video, and yeah, they do base it out of 30 points. So adjusting for giving last place 1 point, probably a more logical thing would be 30 points for first place, 27 for second, 25 for third, 23 for fourth, 21 for fifth, 19 for sixth, and then 1 point lower all the way down to 1 for 24th. This is a demo version, so they could fix that in the release version. Yeah, I hope that gets fixed in release, because in like tournaments, that's going to result in a lot more ties, and I suppose you're seeing someone, like 2 racers. I suppose the big hype in like tournaments when watching them is that there's you want to see like how close, which player out of 2 ends up winning. Like, did they advance to the next round? And with this system in place, say that that one player is in like 16th place, and the player ahead of them is like ahead by 2 points. So they can't simply just like finish in like 1 spot ahead of them. Otherwise, they're gonna get the same amount of points. They got to finish like 3 or 4 spots ahead to actually get some sort of chance at actually overtaking that player, which is stupid. You should be able to at least gain be like 2 spots ahead of them to get a better spot, not have to be like 5 more spots just to get like the same amount of points. You guys know what I mean? There's gonna be like a lot more ties overall with this point system in place, so it's gotta be revamped. But yeah, so yeah, obviously 6v6 is the big format for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and with Mario Kart World coming out with 24 players, yeah, in theory 12v12 would be the next logical step. But the problem is that, yes, as brought up by Mashi, 12v12 is going to be impossible, especially with comms, since you have 12 people in a call trying to call out items and what's going on in the race. And also, hang on, let me get a bit of water real quick. I'm still got a bit of sore throat from the weekend. Yeah, and also the logistics of getting the players to gather for that, because you're gonna need bigger team rosters to accommodate for being able to gather 12 players at any given time for an event. So, and there's are some teams that struggle with gathering 6 people for a certain event. So imagine having to gather 12 people for every competitive event, or like scrims and that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a lot harder to like pull off. Theoretically, if you did want to accommodate that, there could be like clan mergers that happen, whether it be on a full-time basis or like a temporary thing. Like, say, like a Mario Kart Central tournament comes up, and then you could have 2 or 3 teams sign up together as one entity for that event, which it'd probably be a bit of a logistical nightmare, but at least it'd be something for that. But the big thing is with competitive, this is going to be the biggest change from any Mario Kart game, because going from like Wii to 7 or 7 to 8 or 8 Wii U to Deluxe, it's kind of been like a fairly easy jump to make since you're not changing that many amount of players, and the format has been largely the same. But here with Mario Kart World, you're doubling the amount from 12 to 24, and that's going to introduce a whole bunch of different potential formats, because there could be like 4 teams of 6, 12 teams of 2, 3 teams of 8. So there's definitely a lot more like possibilities in terms of like team formats, but it's just like actually fielding those amounts of teams and like getting the comms going for that is what could be the logistical problem. So there's already talks of potentially just going with like 6v6 to start out, and see how things form from there. And that's kind of the thing we just got to bear in mind, because a lot of people are already saying comp is going to be dead, which is not the case. Comp is going to be doing a lot of experimenting, and so we just got to keep throwing stuff at the walls to see what sticks. Because one thing to bear in mind with like games when they try to go like competitive in like their early stages of their lifespan, there's going to be a lot of rule sets or stuff that you'll realize in hindsight was like really stupid. Like in the early days of the Smash scene, items were enabled, and stages like Poke Floats were a viable stage selection because they just simply didn't know better at the time. So, in looking back, that is stupid to have stuff like that in a serious competitive format. I think definitely something similar will happen here with Mario Kart World. Maybe we could try 12v12s and see how that goes, and then maybe we'll realize, okay, this is just too much for us to handle. We can't do this. So, maybe if the 15-point spread still continues at 24 players, we'll realize, okay, this doesn't work with the format we have, so maybe we may have to manually assign points or something like that. We don't know. There's like a bunch of like different things we gotta try before we come to a complete conclusion. Yeah, 12v12 be a communication nightmare, so I think 12v12 comms, like, you gotta really field the people who really know how to keep things brief and to only call out what's really necessary. And with 12 people, it's gonna be a lot harder to do. One second, let me blow my nose real quick, because I'm feeling very stuffed right now. Alright. Oh man, I feel so congested right now. And with all this talking, it's just only making it worse, but still. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of different things that could be happening with comp in Mario Kart World. But yeah, I am definitely hoping that there's going to be a LAN mode for this game, and the menu for the main menu looks pretty much identical to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Let me just pull up my tweet of it, if I can find it. Oh yeah, here's a screenshot of it. Here's a screenshot of the main menu before you like take over the character to go into the main world. It looks exactly like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So, hoping you'd be able to hold down the L and R buttons and click in the left stick to change this button to LAN play. I don't know if that'll be implemented in the demo you guys see at the Nintendo Switch 2 events, but if you're one of the lucky people who gets to go there this weekend or in the next coming weekends, please try that out. I want to see if this works. I'm pretty sure I have seen footage of people having access to the main menu on here when you first boot up the demo, so I think it should be possible to test this out. So yeah, if you guys are one of the lucky ones, go ahead and test it out for me. That's that Yoshi thing. I think it might be like a badge for like achievements or something like that, because I've seen like badges pop up when you do things. Like there's like a little notification in free roam that pops up when you like drive a certain distance, so there could be like an achievement system that could be like a badge you can put on there. But yeah, let's see, there's anything else to talk about? Yeah, I'm loving the open world aspect. Basically it's like, how Zelda went open world with the Switch 1, and Mario Kart's getting that same treatment, and it's good to see another, like, multiplayer open world game, because I guess we kind of had that a little bit with, like, the recent Pokemon games, but I suppose, now that we have like have it with a bigger game with more universal appeal. Not like saying Pokemon doesn't have its fans, because it definitely does. But I suppose like Mario has more of a broader appeal than Pokemon does, if you really think about it. Hey, Kaido, welcome in. Just fed the birds. Nice. But yeah, if you guys have any other things you want to share and chat about Mario Kart World, please let me know, because I think I've kind of really touched on all the topics I really wanted to talk about for this stream. So we can probably just make it like a sort of like open like Q&A or what you guys think could be happening. Also, I need to blow my nose a little bit, so let me give you guys a chance to give me stuff to talk about while I blow my nose. Yes, underwater has been replaced with surface water racing. So it's, boat racing instead of going underwater. Like in Mario Shipyard, there's no underwater section, you're just riding on top of the water as you go over the waves. So that's an interesting addition to have, which I suppose makes sense since, I guess when you drive underwater, it's kind of like a sort of like low gravity section. It's like, you're not really... Yeah, you are underwater, but it doesn't feel like water. But with the boat racing, you actually feel like you are interacting with the water, and you're bouncing up a lot more, so it feels like more like actually interacting with water than going underwater does. This part race controlled items rather than have them in the back a la carte all the time. Yeah, if you do notice, they actually do like hold it in their hand like a split second before, right as soon as they get it. I think it's like sort of an animation of them like putting it in the back of their cart. What am I most excited for? Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, there's not too many new items being added in. I mean, the food, like, looks good in typical Nintendo fashion. I don't know, I guess the newer items aren't too, like, eye-catching. I mean, there's the Kamek item, which turns you into something, but it, like, puts stuff on the track, so I'm not sure really what I look forward to using the most. I think maybe the Ice Flower might be the most fun to watch people, like, skid out and die from, so that'd probably be the one I look forward to most seeing. The Wii item throwing, the players don't go directly in front of the player model like in 8 Deluxe. Well, they can really notice that.
Now,
maybe it depends on the item. Maybe some have more homing ability than others.
That can change instantly.
You say that I mean, it just did for me.
I think the Grand Prix... Oh, yes, the whole idea of, like, driving from one course to the next. I do like how the first track is, like, the traditional 3 laps. I suppose the one thing I am a little bit... irked about is that when you go to once you arrive at the new track during the second race, you only do like 1 lap of it. I think it'd be nice if you could do 2 laps of that track before the race ends, because it feels like you're not really going to experience too much of the new tracks that are specifically designed as tracks for that long, because you only play them for 1 lap in the actual Grand Prix. So you only do like a straight line up to the track, and then it's just, hey, now something happens, and then by the time you notice that, it's already over. So I really think we should be able to do 2 laps of the tracks we visit before the race ends. You see the Mega Mushroom's not chainable anymore? Yes, Mega Mushrooms are not chainable anymore, so yeah, it stays in your item slot for a couple seconds, which is an interesting change to that. I guess they wanted to reduce the amount of items that you use to, like, dodge shock with, so, yeah, I kind of wish, I suppose I can see why it doesn't let you chain as easily, because it needs to be a weaker star, because otherwise, if you just simply chain like that, you're just a star that's bigger and theoretically stronger. Do you recall, because I'm playing Grand Prix once and never touching it, I don't care playing Grand Prix once and never touching it again. So that's a fair assessment. I suppose maybe for like actual like multiplayer, like online play, maybe you actually could do like the traditional like 3 laps per track. Feeling that's exclusive to Grand Prix though, potentially. So also have to see how the how multiplayer will be handling. Like if you do the 3 laps once you get there, or if they I wonder how track selection would work in multiplayer. Like, would you like select the track and then the destination, or is it like do you only select the tracks themselves? Didn't even notice the blooper is missing. Yeah, the blooper is there, and it's still probably as useless as always. Grand Prix Swordcat is a really good take. The mode is for learning the tracks and being able to look around and take it on, not the main comp mode. I suppose true. That's definitely a fair assessment. see what else we got. Can you imagine Mario Kart Wii support higher frame rates than 60? Does it even? If it does, it would be very difficult to not upgrade the monitor. I don't think Nintendo mentioned anything about Mario Kart specifically running higher than 60. Potentially. I mean, I don't really know. Supposed to find out more information in the Mario Kart Direct on that one. They did say that's more to the free roam that they've not already shown so far, so I think we'll probably get more of like any sort of like missions or objectives you can do in free roam, because that looks like to be like a good way to unlock costumes. Like you go around and find the food items and unlock costumes that way. And also, there's also been a hint of battle mode in Mario Kart World. In like when the mode selection pops up in the multiplayer, there's like a little icon for balloon and a coin. So it looks like balloon battle and coin runners will be in it. And the open world design of Mario Kart World does allow for some pretty interesting battle stages. Dare I say, this is actually a good implementation using race courses as battle arenas, because they're actually designed to be, a lot of them are designed to be open world and could easily be, you could pick any section of the map and make that into a battle stage. Stocked 1440p 120 thing. No caps at 4K 60. I think it caps at 4K 60. I think, yeah, when you go 4K, you can only do 60. Mission mode would be amazing. Absolutely. It'd be a very, very cool addition to have. And with the open world nature of this game, we can actually see some character icons on the open world map, so it looks like maybe you could go up to the characters and maybe talk to them to do something. You even see racers like driving around on the courses, which I think are meant to like show you like potential paths you could take, or maybe you could challenge them to a race or something like that. Big Donut is in the top map in the top left. Oh, really? Oh yeah. Well, I suppose I have to take a closer look at the Mario Kart World map. Let's see what we got. Mario Kart World map. Let me just see what we find. Let's see what I can find. Bring it up over here real quick. Mario Kart World map. Aha, here it is. Alright, this might be the most up-to-date one from Get Lucky, but yeah, there's quite a few tracks we got in here. So we got like Wii Moo Meadows, Toad's Factory, Bowser's Castle, DS Airship Fortress, and 64 Wario Stadium coming back, which is a really cool track to have back, because it's not been in any Mario Kart game since retro tracks have been a thing. I think Rainbow Road has been revealed to be like just underneath the Peach Stadium down here. Big old circle to the left. Big old circle right there. Oh yeah, there is a circle right here. So it could be Big Donut if they really wanted to implement it there. Yeah, we got DK Pass, Shipyard, Peach Beach. This is Dino Jungle down here. I think it's like a more up-to-date map that's out there we can find. But yeah, there's a lot of really cool retros that are coming back, and a lot of them are unrecognizable compared to their original counterparts. So it's going to be a lot of crazy changes they're going to be implementing with these. So it's, yeah, this game's going to be really amazing. And I am worried about the price point of the Switch and the game itself, like, being like a gatekeeping thing to people actually enjoying the game. Especially with the terrorists coming in, that could definitely make things a lot worse. So I think it's going to be an amazing game, but I just hope enough people are going to be able to access it. So, but yeah, I'm really excited for it, and I don't think I have really much else to say about it. I think I've really covered all the bases I've really wanted to talk about, like about my thoughts on the open world design, potential like item strategies, and like how the items are going to be working in this game. So, yeah, I think I might be gonna go ahead and just end it off here, unless you guys have any last-minute talking points to bring up. There are different colored Yoshis in this game. I think there are. I don't know if those are part of the costumes or something like that, but yeah, there were definitely different playable Yoshi colors. Except Donut would be there due to it being lava. I've heard from people who looked into it more. I see. Yeah, I suppose the people who are in playing the demos, they can drive anywhere in the map, so they can definitely discover things. my thoughts on the railing mechanic. It's a really cool addition, and I really hope it ends up being something that actually is faster, because you kind of build it, you ride the rails and build up like a mini turbo in a way, and I hope that the actual mechanic in practice ends up being faster, and it's not something that players end up ignoring. When they showed Dynamic Jungle Direct, when I got really hyped, one of my favorite tracks on Double Dash. Yeah, it's a really hype one. It looks like they turned into like a prehistoric nature preserve, and there's like a science lab in the indoor section. No Diddy Kong? Oh, yep. Imagine they add Diddy Kong racing maps as like DLC for this game, because you could just plop on a Diddy Kong racing track anywhere on like the edge of the map, and yeah, there you go, you have DLC. So, but I mean, just gotta wait for the actual base game to come out first before we even really think about that stuff. But that'd be really cool to have like Diddy Kong racing elements in here. I feel like that if you get bumped off the track, you fall off the grind rail. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. So it does add a bit of a risk to that, because you are kind of balancing there. I wonder if it just automatically balances you, or there's an actual balance mechanic to the rail grinding. But yeah, I think with that, I think we're going to go ahead and end off the discussion stream here. So we'll probably be back again after the 17th to discuss some more information on Mario Kart World once we get it. But it was definitely a lot of fun sitting here and chatting with you guys about the game as we get more information. I'll be sharing like probably some like bits on Twitter about any other bits I find, and I'll try to get some more discussion videos out before the game comes out. But I think definitely we'll have a lot more stuff to work with once the direct comes. Thank you for the breakdown of the mechanics and items. I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you everybody so much for joining in today. We're going to go ahead and raid it out. Let's see who is around to raid. I do appreciate everybody joining in for today's stream. I'm glad my voice is able to hold through all this, because, man, I still feel very congested. But let me see who is live. Is there anyone on YouTube live we could raid? I have not done a YouTube raid in a long time, so... let's see. Who we got live? Let me see who else. Let me check on Twitch, see if we got anyone to raid. Okay, let's go ahead and give Logan a raid. He's one of the players for the Team Ohio Valley Regional Rumble team. We're actually going to be doing Regional Rumble later tonight, so I'll make sure to get that streamed to my Twitch channel. So let me get his Twitch out. He's doing some 200cc competitive with Enlightenment, and they're going against... is that Aftermath? Yeah, looks like they're going against Aftermath. So let me go ahead and get their Twitch link out for those in the YouTube chat. Go ahead and join me over on there. Appreciate everybody joining in for today. Let me get the raid out for those on Twitch. Appreciate everybody joining in for today. I'm not sure when I'll be... Oh, I will be live again later tonight with some regional Rumble with Team Ohio Valley. Tonight we're going to be going against Great Lakes as we enter in the premier bracket for the tournament. So look forward to that. That'll probably just be on Twitch, maybe. Maybe I might put it on YouTube or something like that. I don't know. But it'll at least be on Twitch. So make sure to go give a follow and that sort of stuff. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining in today. Hope you guys enjoyed the discussion, and hope you guys learned something new with Mario Kart World coming out. And I learned a couple new things as well throughout the stream. So hope to see you guys after the Mario Kart Direct for more information and probably some more discussion videos here and there. So have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.